Our morning started out with the gym. Checked out the Y. How was it? Did you like it?
I loved it. I can't wait to see the rest of them.
Yeah, but we're gonna try and hit like a different one every time.
Yeah, we might even go to 2 in one day.
Just because they have like what, 7 or 8 here, and it's just cool to see them because they're all different. And now we're chilling outside by this pool, and it's so cool. We went into a building that has 45 floors and a waterfall in the basement for a restaurant. So we're gonna have to go back there and check that out. I'm hyped, and it's so nice out. Like, we're in t-shirt and shorts. I don't know how cold it is out here, but it feels good up here. It's cool. We're max chilling right now. We're gonna go to the mall again, but a real mall, because she does need a dress. And
I need clothes. This is all I have. People.
She needs real clothes
this
because
is all I have.
She wanted to buy them here. And yesterday's mall was for, you know, the president.
For billionaires.
Yeah, for movie stars, and now she needs clothes. And I do want to find something as well. So, yeah, that's our mission today. And then we're gonna go to the water park. And maybe a fancy dinner, maybe a club. We'll find out. That's our update. Good morning from Dallas. Or I can open it. Oh! Oh my gosh.
What?
Bro, the track is actually on the roof of this building. Like, no way. I just looked at the temperature and it's 56 degrees. And it feels like it's 80. Just because when we left, it was snowing at home, like 20 degrees. So like now 60 feels so good. Alright, so we did our laundry and brought back everything, set it all out because it's a little damp. Who can find my sweater? So I'm like, dude, someone stole my sweatshirt. And we walked down the hall a little and we dropped a whole bunch of stuff in the hallway. So it's actually Lexi's fault. We thought I just didn't grab it out of the dryer. And then first we thought someone stole it. Then we thought I didn't bring it out of the dryer. And then it's her fault because she dropped all of it.
Panties and everything.
Her unders are hanging out in the hallway. So that's where we're at. And now we're going to the mall. Guys, there's an ice rink down there in the middle of this mall. That is wild. This is totally you. Look, you got a hockey stick and you're giving your best shot. We can take pictures on these steps, bro. There's a chandelier. This is so fancy.
Buy another swimsuit.
She has 5 swimsuits here. And we haven't gone swimming yet, which we're going swimming later, but trying to find some outfits here. And this mall is giving way more success. Already found some stuff. We're in a parking lot, waiting. Okay, Lexi's giving food to a homeless person, and I'm in the car waiting to see if she gets shot. So far, it looks like it's going okay. Oh, it was good. All good. She yelled at me because I ate one of the fries, but it was really good. I needed to know. How did that go?
It was great. She barked at me and said, "Yes, ma'am, I'll take the food." And I said, "Okay."
Barked at you?
She went, I think she's on drugs, but that's okay. She's fed.
Okay, well, good deed for the day. Thanks, Lexi. All right, we are gonna hit the town. We dinked around the mall for so long. We didn't go to the water park, so now we're gonna go hit the town and take photos. And we're gonna do the water park tomorrow. That's what we're doing.
Does that look right?
And she doesn't know how to wear her skirt that she's been wearing for a while.
What?
Wait, turn around. This does not look right. Alright guys, look at these pool lights. You know what sucks? The pool is freezing cold. I don't know why it's not a hot tub, but the lights are sick. But look at this nightlife off the top of this building. If you can see it in the dark here, but you can see the pool for sure. This city gets lit up like crazy. That's so cool. Stuff you don't see back home. Guys, it's a big eyeball. I'm about to show you. I don't think we can get in.
Yeah, it says no trespassing.
What is this big eyeball for?
Private for offering.
What the? That looks so weird. Wow, you see how pretty that is? This city's wild with the lights. Okay, look at this really cool car. You ready? Now this is a cool backdrop. This black and silver. Look at that. The basketball game. Whoa. Why is it blue? What is this? AT&T? Okay, this is where they got the Mavericks game on, and this is gnarly.
When you tell her to get your own tree. You're like, this one?
I've never been on a train or anything, so this is kind of cool to see. It goes right past our hotel. I'm gonna have fun that puppy. But right now, we're being real wild, and we're gonna go to this really big club. And it's gonna be an adventure and a journey, because I've never been to a club. We gotta go get our car, though. We're ending day 3. We went to the mall, we walked around downtown, took some photos, and we checked out some clubs.
Yeah, I went to the gym.
Oh yeah, we went to the gym this morning. Pretty good day. Peace out. Day 3 in Dallas has came to a close. This day was also quite jam-packed. We did a lot of things. I did not do a good job recording, like I said. It's just a common theme. This day is not split up into 2 videos because this is all the footage I have. A whole almost 11 minutes of it. Mostly, the gym we went to first in the morning was cool. We walked to the gym. It was only like, it was a super fast walk. It was like 10 minutes. We actually ran part of it. It was really easy. It was cool. It was like a couple levels. The rooftop track was cool. I did run on the track, and the texture of the track was weird. Like, I felt like I was tripping, even though I didn't trip. Like, it just felt like I was catching my feet more than I would on a regular track because it was very lumpy. It wasn't smooth, so I wouldn't want to run long distances on that track. The little messing around I did running on it was fine. But yeah, it was definitely a weird lumpy track. They also had an inside track in case it was raining or whatever outside. The idea of the rooftop track to me is very cool, especially because the scenery on the rooftops are crazy with the skyscrapers. Like, we're not skyscrapers in my town, so it's just cool to see. I was definitely running on the track for the vibe and not necessarily to get that good workout. We did obviously work out legitly in the gym. We saw we picked up some of those heavy weights just to be funny, but yeah, we actually did a full workout. We played basketball for a little bit. One of my favorite things to do, which is cool. We did follow our day with chilling out at the pool rooftop. We did that while our laundry was washing, just kind of hanging out. I read some of my books. She was reading, I think, some of her stuff, and just playing on her phone or whatever, enjoying the sounds of the city in Dallas. And you can hear the traffic below, and I had some music playing and stuff like that. It was really cool. And then some other family of 2 people came and sat out there with us on the other side, and it was cool. It was a good vibe. And like I said, it was only like 55 degrees, but to us, it felt so warm. Like, going from when we left here, it was like, I don't know, snowing and like 10 degrees, and then we go there and it's almost 60. Like, it felt so warm, and hence I wore shorts and a shirt all day long. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed that a lot. The next portion of our day following chilling on the rooftop was going to the mall. Driving up to this mall, it was my first time ever seeing somebody physically directing traffic with like the cones or with like the things they have at the airport, and he was like doing the whole like dancing, and he had the whistle thing, and he was enjoying life so much just by directing traffic into the parking ramps for the mall parking lot. Like, this guy was just such a vibe hanging out. It was really cool to see. I've never seen somebody do that. I've only ever seen it in movies on like crosswalks, and the vibe you picture when you see like those happy people like directing traffic like that and dancing in the middle of the streets, that was him. It was so funny. I enjoyed it. I wish I got a video, but I didn't because I was driving. Initially, we recorded a little bit, and then as the time progressed, like, we were actually at this mall for quite a long time. Like, we were supposed to go to the water park in the evening, and we didn't end up doing that because it got so late while we were at the mall. We were there for a couple hours. Like, it was crazy how long we were there, but it was so much fun walking around and just, I like to look and touch stuff. So going to a mall where I could just, I'm just distracted by touching everything and looking at everything. And it's funny to me, and I like exploring. It is weird going to a big city. Like, their mall, like, it had an ice rink in it. It had all these 3 levels with the glass. Like, our mall doesn't have that at all. So to me, it's just so cool to see how different it is between a big city and a little city. And to all those people, it's like super normal, but to me, I'm like super in awe of these crazy scenic views. We went into the one store, I think it was Macy's, that had the big Dallas sign in it, which I thought was really cool. If you look in the photo, I was actually standing in one of the letters. And of course, like the other mall, I definitely was trying on stuff and, just messing around in the mall. And I was looking at shoes, pants, shirts, like all the things. I think Lexi ended up buying a couple things from this mall. she didn't find the dress, but she found a few things. After the mall, we went back and we still weren't that tired because the mall closed. I feel like we didn't stay till the mall closed. I think we left at like 8 o'clock-ish. I forgot to explain a little bit more of when I made the comment that I took a homeless person's fry. There's context behind that. I wasn't just taking their fry. So the whole trip so far to this point, Lexi's been talking about this fast food chain called Whataburger, which I've never heard of, much less eaten there. She's hyping it up. So we went to Ross after we went to the mall because she still didn't find the dress she wanted. So she was still, seeking that out. We went to Ross Dress for Less, and, she did her shopping in there, and I kind of moseyed around and walked around on my own, and then we kind of both met up when she was trying stuff on, and I was, giving her advice on the different choices that she chose and tried on. Anyways, so we're done, waited it was a really packed Ross, like, so many people in there, like, we had to wait in line for longer than we were at the store, it felt like. But yeah, I did end up buying a water bottle. I got this different suitcase thing. At the mall, I got those blue pants I wore in the photos. I got a different tie for when we took fancier photos later on, and then nicer shoes for the photos as well. Let me tell you, it's hard to find shoes that fit my feet. It was nearly impossible, but we did it. Whether they weren't really the pair I was looking for, but that's what we had to work with. Anyways, so we walked out of Ross, and instantly there was this guy on the ground, and he mumbled something to us, which neither one of us heard what he said. So we both looked at him and said, "Oh, what did you say?" And he repeated himself saying, could I have some money for Whataburger, which is the fast food chain that Lexi kept talking about the entire trip. And we told him we didn't have any cash on us, which we did, but we weren't going to just give him cash because you never know what they're going to do with it. We wanted to do a nice thing, but we also didn't want to feed a drug habit. So Whataburger was directly across the street. So we decided instead of giving him money, we'll just go buy him a hot meal. So we went to the place across the street. There was a whole, the dude that was taking our order, they had multiple drive-thrus and they screwed up all the orders. So we kind of were there for a really long time. And by the time we got back to the guy at Ross, he was actually gone. I'm assuming somebody gave him the money and he went on his own and we just didn't see him. Or this Ross had security guards checking everybody's receipts and stuff at the door. So they probably or they just kicked him out, like tell him they can't harass customers as they're walking out. Whichever way it went, whether he got food or just got kicked off sitting on the front sidewalk there. But we still felt bad that we had this hot meal, we wanted to still give it to somebody who needed it. But while we were driving around, I tasted a fry because I really wanted to know what it tasted like. And because she was super, super hyped about it. So I did take a homeless person's fry, even though it was not necessarily the case. It just kind of sounds that way. I just really wanted to try it. Just a fry. Just needed a fry. But we ended up, as you've seen, she ended up giving it to a different homeless person that was just kind of chilling on the side of a building. So we just gave the hot meal to a different person. So we still paid it forward in that sense. Even though it wasn't the intended person, she still gave it to someone. So that's kind of how that went. Just wanted to clear that up as I was rewatching the video before I exported it. And then we came back and we wanted to take some photos. Lexi bought a new shirt, so she was wearing one of her new shirts. And then maybe a pair of shoes. I don't remember exactly what she bought. I know she got a couple pairs of shoes and a shirt, and then she did get some dresses, but throughout the whole trip, I don't know what days. It's kind of all running together, but I know for sure she bought a new shirt there, and she was wearing one for these photos, which looked really nice on her. So I'll include the photos at the end, a couple of the photos at the end. We did take a lot of photos this day. I don't have any of Lexi because we took them on her phone. So I only have the ones that she sent me, which were myself. So you're only going to get me. And then at the very end of the video, you've seen that we went to a couple clubs. We were going to go to the Supermassive Club, but they were actually switching locations. So they were not open at the one where we thought was right next to our hotel. It was a little ways away and we didn't feel like dealing with all of that. So we went to a couple other ones. They actually have a lot of like bar type streets where you just go down and you walk down the entire bar and there's like, one after the other. There's bars or clubs or, various levels of, hitting the town. And it was very packed in these areas. Like we were driving, just looking at all the areas We actually didn't stay in any of them really long. The first one we walked in, which is the one I recorded, it's kind of a vertical because I was using my cell phone, but that one, we were in that one the longest. Lexi had one shot, and then I didn't drink anything. I was just kind of hanging out. Lexi talked to a couple people, and the bar club scene isn't really my thing, so, you know, she enjoyed it a little more than I did, but it was still cool to see. I've never been in a club because I don't go clubbing, so it was interesting dynamic to just step aside and just watch, which I don't want to be the creepy person watching, but, you know, what else am I going to do? You know, just listen to music and vibe, I guess. The clubs are very loud. They have a lot of lights. They're just packed with people. You're touching people. It's just not my thing. But then there was a couple in a line, so we kind of checked out each one. They all had a sort of a different vibe to it. One was more of a southern countryer looking bar. There was one that was more like, they had like a playground like one where it was like a very old, creepy playground equipment on the patio, it was still like, you could still use it. There's an old teeter-totter and those ones where you like, with the big springs on the bottom and you kind of sit on and rock back and forth. They had one of them. Just like a bunch of old stuff, and it was really weird. And then they had these weird vending machines, like of mystery packs that you could get along with it, and it was just an interesting vibe, like way more than what our downtown would be here, especially the city I live in. But if I go to the bigger city that I used to live in, you know, that one's a little more the style, but it's just like kicked up a couple notches because it's a big city and there's so many people. Even just driving around down the streets looking at it, we almost got into a couple car accidents because people drive so crazy down there, weaving in and out of traffic. Like, as soon as somebody figures out they're going the wrong way, they don't care if you're in the way. They will squeeze their way in. And, like, this guy just was, I don't know if he was drunk or what, but he was just, like, in this lane, and we were at a red light, like, just stopped at a red light. They're not even moving. And he just cuts in front of us as soon as it turns green and goes. No blinker, no warning, no hesitation. This guy just cut right there, and there's police officers everywhere. So it was like kind of wild to see that all these people just breaking the law in front of cops, or even in general. Like, it was wild. And then just so many people. But overall, walking around the malls and exploring the gym was super fun. Like I said, this was a fun day. Oh, and when we were walking around downtown, like, we saw crazy cars. There was a gray Corvette. There was like really old vehicles sitting in front of like fancy hotels, and we walked downtown where they had the big screen of the Mavericks game. So they're playing basketball on the big screen. Like, if they would have been playing the Bucks that night, dude, I would have been so hyped. I would have watched the entire game sitting outside, and they had sound and everything. Like, in my head, like, that, it felt very like New York Times Square. Like, I've never been to New York, but like looking at the big towers with the screens, I've never seen that before. Like, it's so cool. It was just so cool to see that they even had the audio playing super loud, and the scene around they had that big AT&T area. Like, that was so cool to me. I could have stayed around there with all the Christmas lights, and this whole city was decked out in the lights everywhere. It was really neat. We walked around for a couple hours too, taking photos. All right, thank you so much for watching my day 3 of Texas, and I hope to see you in day 4, 5, and the day we return. And even follow my journey after that. So hit that subscribe button to follow Sunny's adventures. Yeah, so thank you. And hope you have a good night. Here are a couple of the photos that we took downtown. Hope you enjoy.